iconic songs like Maine Dil Tujhko Diya to the quiet moments of struggle and introspection behind the scenes. This book reminds us that it's truly never too late to begin again. Let's dive into the heart of this powerful journey and hear firsthand what it means to start over with purpose, authenticity, and passion. Please join me to welcome composer, actor, and a creative mind behind this brilliant book, Mr. Daboo Malik. Congratulations, sir. It's an honor. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much.
You can take this mic if you want to say something.
Yeah. Thank you for the kind words, and I feel so good. This book, Never Too Late, as you see, I want to first say that there were a lot of stories which used to be part of my conversations with my family. From the age of 12, I have carried so many anecdotes and stories about what was told to me by my father, Shri Armaan Malik, and the incredible journey he had from the age of 15. It stayed with me. As children, Amaal and Armaan, when they were growing and they were becoming successful and they were making fantastic music for the industry, I felt that they need to know the story before it gets forgotten. I wanted to create a book, a very simple, easy reading book, which they could carry as a legacy of the Malik family. I was emotionally driven, but I really did not know whether I could write. I started with a simple one-pager. And when I was writing, I realized that do I read books extensively, and I realized no, I don't read books that much. But I do read inspirational chapters. And that's how Never Too Late, the book is written. It's in the form of chapters. It's so easy to read that whenever you open the book, whether it's on page 199, 217, or the page number 10, there's a story on each page. And the chronology sets in. But what happens is that when you're reading it, in one chapter the story ends. And you can take from it, that chapter of my life. And I documented it in such a way that on the left-hand side there are pictures to prove that that moment happened. So it's not just written words, but they have a picture book presentation with evidence that so many things transpired in my life. The inspiration behind writing this book was basically to dedicate this book to my children, Amaal and Armaan, for them to have a good read, and that is where it started. And eventually it became, for me, a book which could inspire millions, and especially musicians. In these things, whatever stories happen in my life, can be of some help, of some kind of change it can bring into anybody's life in any corner of the world. I think I've written a good book. The story behind that picture, so many people have asked me that why that picture? So well, that is the story which reminded me that once I wanted to be an actor. So if this is a picture which had a dream in his eyes, which went onto the table of even director Subhash Rai. And I did films like Tiranga and Bazigar, which became blockbuster hits. And eventually I reached here looking like an author. So a big hand to Daboo Malik, please. So this picture was chosen because I think this was by far one of the best pictures ever of my life. And I wanted the book to have this as a cover. And also, I did not try to create any kind of criticism or try to target anybody in this book, and I've not ventured into that grey or dark area at all. Basically, it's an inspiring story of a man who fought against all odds, and 99 times of his efforts, he only failed. So this is not a success story. I'm not sharing a success story. This is a story of a man who tried against all odds. Whatever it took, he just kept on walking towards his goals. And that's all I want everybody to do. Because that is the message of never too late. And there is nothing that should stop you. Not time, not age, not where you start from, nothing. You are not late for anything in the world at any stage of your life. You just go out there and do what your heart desires and fulfill your dreams. And the book ends at a note. I've got the last 15 chapters written in a way which is like a community MWM, which inspires millions and lakhs of people who are writing to me and texting me, who want to be part of MWM's legacy as musicians, singers, story writers, video directors, photographers. And yes, with open arms, I'm welcoming them and showing them the right path. And that is how I wanted the book to end. So when you read this MWM chapter, which is the last 15 chapters, you will definitely feel that this is the note which I wanted to end the book on. I hope you like it and read it as soon as you have this book in your hands. Of course, you'll have to buy it from Tigers.
Thank you so much. Oh, friends, this is so inspiring that he has written a book, and every book, every chapter has, its own story in itself. So it's an easy nibble. We all know हमारी life इतनी fast forward हो गई है कि we are used to those reels, swipe, swipe, swipe. So Daboo, thank you so much for giving this to us, because we want something very, something to nibble every day. We open the page, we finish the chapter, and we learn something. So completely commendable. Friends, also join me in welcoming today's guest, who is also very special. I would request Ms. Shobha Pillai Kachino, am I right? Kachino is a distinguished media strategist and a former senior leadership executive at the Times of India Group, with over 3 decades of industry expertise. She is recognized for her deep command in advertising, marketing, brand profiling, and high-level communication strategy. She is valued not only as a moderator, but as a strategic thinker and trusted voice in every room she enters. Please welcome the insightful and dynamic Shobha Pillai Kachino.
लेफ्ट में
जल्दी आना क्योंकि आपको बताना पड़ेगा ना
भाई ये साइड
Just go through the podcast in a while. Meanwhile, we'll just go with the question.
थैंक यू
Can we just resume over there, please?
Yeah, you guys can come now.